Hi everyone. I'm outside. I'm on my patio. I'm going to do an experiment, and I think it's probably best to do this experiment outside because it can get a little bit messy because we've got a big container of water, as you can see. Now you can get a bucket or a big bowl or whatever you want to put your water in. We're going to see what sinks and what floats. So I've got some items here. I have an orange, a ball, a tennis ball that my dog plays with, eggs, a painted rock, a key, and a little piece of wood. It's actually a Jenga square. We're going to see if it floats or if it sinks. But here's what I want you to do. Before you put your items, and you can go find any items you want. You might want to find a toy and see if that floats, or maybe different kinds of fruits than what I'm using. But before you put it into the water, make a prediction. Do you think it's going to sink, or do you think it's going to float? And see if you're right, okay? So I'm gonna, before I put my items in the water, we're gonna make a prediction. I want you to think about, or you can even say it out loud, what you think. Do you think it's gonna float, or do you think it's going to sink, okay? So why don't we start with the orange, a piece of fruit. It's a big orange. See how big it is in my hand? Do you think that's gonna float, or do you think it's gonna sink? I don't know. I kind of think it might sink. Let's find out. Oh, well, it's it almost went to the bottom when I first put it in, but now it came up to the top. Can you see it's above the water? It's floating. Okay, I was wrong on that one. That one kind of surprised me. Okay, so the orange floated. See what your piece of fruit does. This is the tennis ball that my dog plays with. Do you think a ball will sink or float? I think this one might float. What do you think? Let's find out. Oh, that one floated. That one didn't even try to go down to the bottom. Look at it floating on top of my water here. Okay, that one was interesting. I got that one right. Yay. Okay, let's try one of these littler items. Let's try a key. What do you think? Sink or float? I think sink. I think it's kind of heavy. I think it's going to go down. Let's find out. Oh, yeah, that sunk. Can you see it way down in the water, way down deep there? Yeah, that one sunk. How about an egg? I have an egg. Sink or float? I think sink. Let's find out. Oh, that one went all the way down. See it? I don't know if you, there it is. You see it floating, sinking down way on the bottom of my container. That one sunk. Let's try another egg. Look, I got another egg. What do you think? Sink or float? Well, the first one sunk, so probably sink, right? Okay, that one sunk too. I did 2 eggs because I was curious, because one of them is cooked. One of them I boiled, and I thought maybe it might float. I thought it might do something different than the raw egg, but it didn't. It sank too. Well, I guess that kind of surprised me because I really thought that one would float, and I was gonna try to be a little tricky, but it didn't work. It sank too. So when you do this experiment, you might be wrong on some, or you might be right on some, but it's fun to find out which is gonna float, which is gonna sink. What do you think about my piece of wood? Do you think it's gonna float or sink? I think this is gonna float because it's a lightweight piece of wood. It's not very heavy. It might float. I hope I'm right, but if I'm wrong, that's okay too. Ah, look at it floating right on top of that water. I was right on that one. So we tested all of my items. I was right on some, I was wrong on some. Let's see what you decide to see if it sinks or floats. Try, like I said, try some of your toys, or try maybe some different types of fruit. Try some of the ones I did and see if you get a different result. whatever you come up with, comment in the comments on Facebook, and let's see whether it sank or float. Tell me if you were right or wrong about the ones I showed you. I'll see you next time. Bye.